This is the render review for the Blender Challenge called Ships. And the theme was to create some kind of a ship or ship theme anyhow. And we're talking about on the water or under the water, not spaceships. So these are the renders submitted. So as you can see, this is a scene. It's not an actual ship, but this would be in some kind of a ship, maybe a pirate ship or whatever. And we got this really nice glass bottle with a very cool label. This was created by the individual, so it's not, graphics from the internet, which is always nice. We got some folded cards here, a cup, really nice candle holder, and very cool candle, actually, a candle flame. So this is the first participant to the challenge, and the idea was to submit either one or maybe two renders at the most with the ship theme. Very nice. Oh, I like the cork material as well. Here's another one where I guess it's in the cabin of some kind of a ship, and these are all props or assets related to that. Got some wanted posters in the back there. We got a nice mug with a wood texture and some metal here, some treasure maps of some sort. There's a compass over here. And what do you call those things? I made one. I can't even remember what they are. Those things that you use on the map. And this thing here. You've got some curling on the maps. So very nice. Nice texture on the hat as well. And a nice sort of the way the rays are coming in. Very cool. Yeah, and if you're going to do a ship, pirate ship in particular, you're going to have the wheels. So here's a really nice ship wheel with a nice wood texture and a metal texture, and very nicely, cleanly modeled. In my series of modeling, and I usually do that when I do a Blender Challenge, I model a number of objects that are going to be in the scene. And one of the things that I had done, and this person has done, is created some kind of a telescope. And this is a different version compared to the one that I did. I believe this one was textured in Substance Painter, so you can see a nice sort of glossy wood on there, and the dirty metal. As I was modeling assets for my scene, I actually came up with these clam shells, and I decided to make this little sort of statue thing. And then this individual took that and brought it to the next level, or a few levels above that. I just love this effect on what sort of is the pearl or gem. I mean, it doesn't really look like a pearl, but this is really just beautiful on top of this case. So that's a really nice eye-catching render. Believe it or not, this is Blender. So isn't that a neat artistic effect on this ship? It's very different, and as you'll see when I actually show you mine, it's also very different. So I like to have the typical renders by all means. And then, if you want to take it in a slightly different direction, as this person has done. That's cool. I like the rope. The rope looks very realistic, and it really does look like a drawing, doesn't it? But as far as I know, this was modeled in Blender. And here's another view of that ship. Yeah, really cool idea. Yeah, and then there are some real epic ships. I mean, just the sense of movement here with the water and the sky, and then these ships. It just looks great, and you can see the cannons shooting, and you look the smoke on here, and the fact that the smoke is kind of blowing in this direction also really gives a sense of movement to this. It's such a neat perspective. This one is there's the ship right there with a nice wood texture on it, and all of these details along the ship, and then some cannonballs firing out. Really nice fire and smoke. And this cannonball has got your name on it, your symbol on it. It's coming right at you. So you can see a cannonball coming out there. One was fired there, and this one's coming straight out. And the really nice water as well. So that's a very interesting perspective as well. So these challenges are getting very creative. This looks like something out of a movie, with some post-processing done to it. But the main thing, of course, is the modeling. And, of course, when the challenges are running, there's generally a WIPs channel, a work-in-progress channel, and then final renders channel. And if you were to come to the zerobio Discord, you could have a look at the WIP. So you'd probably see the development of this and the modeling of the ship, and then all the way to the final render itself, which just looks beautiful. All right, a lot of ships here on the sea, and this very moody, dramatic sky. It looks like birds. Yeah. This is the Nomadic. That's the name here I see. The flag flying high, and this is the detail on this ship is really incredible as it cuts through this really nice water. So, there's quite a lot of stuff going on, from the modeling to doing the getting the water right, and then getting these splashes, and not to mention the smoke effects as well, and not having just a bright blue sky as when we probably all started off in 3D. That's what we'd have, but to create this sort of cloudy, overcast sky to some extent. Anyways, those are really nice ships. I say those because there's another one in the background, and this one is slightly different than this one. And I believe, yes, I do have another view. Now, this may have been earlier on in the process where it wasn't all filled up. And I believe I may have gone above and beyond my executive duties and grabbed something from the WIPs channel, because I wanted to show more angles of this, because there's so much detail. So I hope that's okay with the participant who submitted this, that I took an image that was not necessarily a final. I wanted to show off the work here. And so look at that, beautiful. The color scheme and the texturing and the modeling and all of that is really great. All right, so now we have another pirate ship, and you can see the telescope that I showed you earlier. There it is, perched on there, and now we have a whole lot of more assets from the treasure chest. I mean, even just the treasure chest, with this one's filled with coins, looks great. And then you throw the sword on top of it, and these metal grates on the floor of the ship, and then the cannons, the anchor, the way the rope is done. It looks like we have one sort of version of rope here compared to this. I mean, there's a lot of details with these knots. These really cool lanterns. There's a ship wheel right up there, and this door with the barrel and the pail and stuff. It's just a gorgeous view on this. And I believe I have another view of this scene at nighttime. All right, and now you've got the lanterns lit up. You've got the moon out in the sky. It's sort of a foggy, misty, because you'd be out on the water. So that just looks really, really nice. Both of those renders for this pirate ship. And now we are below deck. This is roughly based on the stuff that I did in my video series. But with some changes, which is always nice, if people watch my stuff and then they make modifications to it, and that's what this person has done. There are quite a few different objects. You'll see when I get to mine. There's also some post effects going on here, and I think that just really kind of improves the look to give something very artistic. So below deck on this, probably like a pirate ship. Very cool. And isn't this cute? This came out of left field, as they say. I didn't expect this, but this person has done something under the water, and a really cute sort of submarine style render. And that's just something completely different. I didn't expect that, but it looks really nice. And of course it fits in. It's whatever you want to do. That's great. Okay, and actually that was it for the participants. This is mine, and as you can see, it is definitely a stylized image. So what I did is I did my video series on modeling all this stuff. I think I blocked it out at first, and then we went on and modeled some barrels and the ship wheel and the telescope and the shells and the lanterns. I can't remember exactly how much I modeled on camera and what I did on the side. And I filled it up with the various assets. We got some dynamite here, and we've got some buoys, and the captain's bell there, and the curled map, and all this stuff. And then I textured this in Substance Painter, and then I brought the rendered image with the textures on it into GIMP, and I did a little bit of manipulation. I think I desaturated it, and I used levels on it to increase the black and the white, really pinch it together. And then I brought it into Topaz Studio, which is photography filters. And I wanted to go for this almost newspaper-like looking, slightly sepia-toned image. And I've got one more that's a little bit different than that. So that's my entry to the Ships Challenge. And then this one from a different angle, showing the wine bottles and the barrels, but with some other post-processing done to it to make it look not so much like a photograph or a definite render, but a little bit more cartoony. So, you know, these things are subjective. You know, you can take it or leave it. You may or may not like that effect, but at the time I did it, I thought it suited the scene anyhow. So, some really nice entries to the Ships Challenge. I'm very impressed with everybody's work, as always. I will be doing another Blender Challenge soon, and I believe one of my colleagues on the Zerobio Discord will be taking over and doing some mini challenges for you. I'll leave the link or a link to the Zerobio Discord for you if you want to drop by. Of course, we're talking about Blender in general. We're doing other whips and renders. We talk a little bit about Substance Painter, Substance Designer, whatever we need. And like I said, at some point we'll get into another challenge. But in the meantime, you're welcome to drop by the Discord and join the community if you so desire. And I will continue, of course, to do my YouTube videos, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing the ship renders. Congratulations to everybody who participated. Thank you for being a part of this. And if you haven't yet done a Blender Challenge, when I announce a new one, I hope you'll consider being a part of it. This is for beginners and all the way up the ladder or up the chain for Blender users, so you don't have to be a pro at it by any means. You can just participate. It's all for fun and games and to see what other people are coming up with. All right, take care of yourselves and see you again soon.